Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. What I'm going to talk about is the care and use of your phonograph horns, and this applies to the early cabinets. If you have early stuff from 1896, 1897, like Edison's and Columbia's, they had a thin coat of varnish on them or shellac, and these things, and they dry out. What happens is the wood, all this is laminated together, and all this is laminated, and then they steam bent this, and then they glued everything together with hide glue. So we're looking at a 120-year-old horn, and the hide glue now is crystallizing and falling apart. And then the horn is having issues also because it hasn't been maintained. And this is about maintaining your horn. So what you're going to do is you'll take a soft cloth and you'll wipe your whole horn down. And you should do this about every 3 or 4 months. Especially if this is the top of the horn, you want to dust that off with a soft cloth or a tack rag. And you'll wipe this all down. And this horn has been done. And I'm going to show you how to do this because you get in here and you nice and smooth. Okay? You will hear a little sanding. I add a little more right there. What you're going to do is you're going to coat your horn . And that's off of a Edison Triumph. And this is a Victor. And the easiest way to do is to put it down on a table with a cloth. And you hear this? That's the finish in the wood all drying out. So what you do is you take a little bit of Howard's feeding wax. You shake it up really well. And it doesn't shoot all over everybody. And you literally put a lot on there like that. Now you're gonna, right here.
You're being gentle with this, I see.
Yeah, very gentle. Victor horns, I'm supporting it with my left hand. I'm just pushing down gently, and I'm working this in. And what I do is I usually do these at noon on our personal machines. You just keep adding feed and wax. And you hear that sound? That's the horn, and everything's drying out. Especially on Victors, you really want to get the ring right here. So now you'll flip it over, and you're going to hold it from the top and make sure it doesn't roll off the table. And you see how much I'm using, and you're going to take this
Light touch, no pressure.
light touch, no pressure. And you can see in here where I've patched a crack on this machine right here. And this is what happens. The Victors will crack. And then I had a crack all the way through here that I had to fix. And then you will rotate it. You won't roll the horn. You want to be very gentle with these things. Especially Victors. Victors are thinner and lighter than the Edisons. And you can look at these things. And once you're done with that, you're going to set the machine aside, the horn aside. And you're going to wait 24 hours to let that soak in on all your horns. Just let it, and then get up the next day and buff it out. And then check it. And if you have these early machines, you want to do those cabinets also. There's things about maintaining your phonograph and playing them, but you want to preserve them also. And this also helps. If you have a horn that has never been done, then we have a video on how to clean your phonograph cabinet, which means you'll go over this with goop and clean it with a 4/0 steel wool. And then you will look at how the finish is and say, okay, I have an oak horn. I'll do this in Oak Howard's Restore. But now that you're getting excited about cleaning the horn, you have to be very careful about those decals. And I usually just come up to the decal like this, and then I just rub it in with my finger around the decal. Like that. You can buff over the decals gently and just with very light touch. And you feel this? Ah, it's getting better. And this is how you maintain your phonographs. You know, you have to oil these machines, and I talk a lot about oiling your Victrolas and your Edisons and everything to keep them running, but you have to maintain the cabinets also. I hope this video helps you on maintaining your phonograph wooden horns. And on the steel ones, the black ones, you just wipe those down with a soft cloth and you'll be fine. And if you want it to be shiny, use some car wax, buff it out with. And that's my tip for the day.